important sector, and much attention is needed in its operations. And an old adage says that when the last tree dies, the last man dies. The question I'm asking this morning is, how well do we protect and conserve our forestry? I have delegates from 3 NGOs in the studio with me, and they're going to talk about the National Forestry Forum. To my immediate right, I have Mr. Eric Latte, Programs Coordinator, Forestry and Biodiversity, Friends of the Earth, Ghana. Next to him is Doreen Asuman Yeboah, Coordinator, National Forestry Forum. Next to her is Glenn Asimeni, Operations Director, Nature and Development Foundation. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
How are you doing this morning?
You're doing great.
Okay. You're from different NGOs with your main focus being on conservation of our forestry. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to ask each of you the various projects you concentrate in when it comes to forestry. So let me start with you, Eric.
Yeah, thank you. Friends of the Earth has been working on 2 projects, and in relation to this up-and-coming National Forest Forum, it is going to be supported by the Sisuflek project, which is a regional project that is being implemented in 4 countries, as Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Democratic Republic of Congo, and Cameroon. Yes, West and Central Africa. So actually, it says from the fact that the European Union FLECT Action Plan establishes partnerships with forested countries or developing countries to set up standards or to agree on or to enforce the various laws in the respective countries, forested countries. So in line with the European Union FLECT Action Plan, we initiated a project to help foster negotiation of the agreements between the European Union and Ghana to support the government of Ghana to implement the EU FLECT Action Plan in Ghana. And it's all about forest law enforcement, ensuring that only legally produced and legally procured timber is exported to the European Union markets. So the project works with target groups like the SMEs, as the industry, as the private sector, NGOs, communities fringing the forest reserves, and the general public.
Okay, so Doreen.
Okay, thank you. The National Forestry Forum Ghana, NFFG, is a grassroots civil society organization, and our main aim is to promote good forest governance in the country by creating a platform for multi-stakeholder involvement in the forestry issues. This is because people cannot participate effectively when they are not knowledgeable about the issues. So what we do basically is to start from the community through the district, regional, and to the national level by giving information about what happens in the forestry sector. That is first-hand information. Then we also go to the extent of educating people on contemporary issues. Now we're talking about climate change, we're talking about VPA FLECT and all these other initiatives. We go down there to educate them on what it is about and what they can do to contribute to solve the problems. We also create space for dialoguing, because there are times that people need to sit down and come to a conclusion or compromise on certain things. We do that. And finally, we advocate for pro-policy reforms. Some of the policies may not be good enough for people down at the grassroots, communities, traditional authorities, and all those people. So we come together to dialogue and advocate for reforms of these policies.
You talked about educating people in the communities.
Yes.
How has this process been like?
Yes, we try to, looking at the issue at stake, we try to identify the relevant stakeholder group. So what is unique about our organization is that we go down to the community level. If it's about VPA, about legal lumber, it's about climate change, and we believe people close to the forest are the ones that are relevant. We go down to their doorstep, get them together, educate them on the process so that they can participate effectively.
But do you see them learning?
Yes, it's been very effective. Because for some time now we see people having a sense of ownership to the forest reserve. and the resources as well. And that is how come we're organizing this national program. So we are bringing together stakeholders from all over the country, right from the community through the district to the national level. Vast, diverse stakeholders, community members, traditional authorities, people from the industry, policy makers, politicians, the police, everybody is here so that together we find solutions to the problems in the forestry sector.
Before I ask Glenn about what projects they go into, how will these different NGOs, what role will they play in the forum, coming together, bringing all of them together? What role are they going to play?
Thank you. You know, we are working in different areas, all aimed at managing our forest sustainably. We are looking at, we create a platform for people to be educated on the issue. Eric is looking at legal lumber because of the flex, same as Glenn. So what they are doing is that they are coming together to form this partnership so that they use our platform to reach to the communities. Okay. So we have been coming in as a channel to get to the community so that we can solicit their views, opinions, and participation as well to resolve these issues that are ongoing.
So each NGO has different angles you'll be looking at?
Yes, but we are all converging at the same point to have a conclusion and find a solution to the problems.
Okay. So to add to what Doreen just said, this is not the first national forum being organized. We have had previous ones, but our critical review of the past forums points to conclusion that as these dialogue structures are presently constituted, they do not show a real sense of ownership at the grassroots. Okay. So we are of the belief that because all the NGOs have different models of organizing these forums, we think coming together with our different experiences and expertise, we can come up with a common way by which these dialogue structures should be organized.
Okay. So Glenn.
Yes, thank you. So Nature Development Foundation is an NGO which was created late last year. It came out of WWF. WWF is a worldwide fund for nature presence in Ghana. WWF has been here for maybe 10 years or so. Okay. Yes, but there was a decision that it would be much better if we got a local organization implementing the activities rather than getting an international organization based in Switzerland to run these activities. So that was how Nature and Development Foundation was born. Okay. So we are basically taking over all the activities which WWF was implementing. Okay. And we have a number of areas we work. First, and one of the things we've worked on for so long, we call it GFTN. This is the Global Forest and Trade Network. So it's helping timber companies to achieve what we call forest certification, just ensuring the world that, or assuring the world that the timber they produce is coming from legal or sustainably managed sources. We have work on plantations. So people talk about plantations because the forests are growing. Why don't you plant them? But you can plant bad plantations. Yeah. So
when you say bad plantations,
yeah. So someone can go in clear forest and plant forest. We all know the issue of JIDA and whatnot. Yes, that's one of the examples. But otherwise, there are more responsible ways of establishing plantations. You want to look at the biodiversity. If there's biodiversity, then you want to bring it down, just to go and set up monoculture, for instance. So WWF has a program they call the New Generation Plantations. So these are a group of large corporations, global corporations, that have so much experience in Africa. I think Mondi, based in South Africa, is one of the best examples which we have. So it's a platform where different companies, those learning, join to learn from these other companies. Yes. Okay. So we are taking that tool or that medium to engage. For now, we have one company we are working with that is part of the NGP platform. Yes. Okay. We hope to add some more companies with them. Okay. Again, charcoal production is one of or fuel wood in general happens to be one of the biggest destroyers of forest reserves or forest generally in Ghana. Yes. So there are improved ways of producing charcoal, for instance. Yes. So we are working with one group called Peru. It's a consultancy firm in Europe. engaging some communities in the Bongafo region to set up plantations. So this is the key. You set up plantations and then you can use that to produce charcoal. So we are helping them develop efficient, so we call it efficiency enhanced kilns, and that can generate much more charcoal per unit volume. Yes, and then because it's coming from your own plantations, this time you don't go destroying any forest.
And are charcoal producers aware of this?
Well, it's just piloting at this time. Yes, so the community, yes, is very much aware. We've already started, and the work is led in part by one company in the Bongafo region, and it seems to be going fine so far. Yeah, so based on the results, we want to know if we can expand it.
But do you think they'll be willing to go with the new technology about?
Yes, at this time there seemed to be a lot of interest. In fact, there was one study to compare the old way of producing charcoal. They use sand to cover the tree, and then this methodology. This is using a clay bricks. You build it. There are different chambers. Yes, and the difference was so huge, more than 50%, as in the yield that you can get per unit volume of wood. Yes. The other thing we work with other CSOs, as in civil society organizations. We engage them. We engage community-based organizations, and then it is through that we decide to engage NFF in organizing this National Forestry Forum. But what we're going to organize today is just one of many. We actually started from the grassroots, community level. We went up to the district level to organize forums. We went up to the regional level, and then this is finally culminating in the National Forestry Forum.
Doreen mentioned the role you'll be playing in collaborating with them. Is there any other thing you want to add to? Is there any other area you're looking at aside what she said?
Yeah, so we are looking at one, the domestic market, and then two, mainly the project which is supporting this is the export market. So let me give you some statistics.
Okay.
If you bought timber, the timber market, in the last maybe 5-10 years, there's a likelihood that out of 4 of them is illegal.
Okay.
Yes, 80% of timber on the domestic market is illegal. This is a Forestry Research Institute of Ghana study, not my own figures. Yes, and then it is accepted by everybody. So this is the extent to which we're talking about legality. Internationally, there are issues. Mr. Latte mentioned the EU FLECT Action Plan. This is trying to curb the placement of illegal timber. Recently, Europe has enacted what they call the EU timber regulation. So it's both local and then international as well. Yes. So this led us in coming up with the theme for this forestry.
And what was the theme for the forestry?
Yeah. So the forum is deepening the forestry dialogue and then contributing to sustainable forest management.
Yes. So when is it happening?
Right this morning
at venue
Dodowa Forest Hotel.
Okay.
Yes.
So who are we expecting?
We have a host of stakeholders because we know that the issues in the forestry sector cut across. So right now we need multi-stakeholder approach to resolve the issues. So we have people coming from the communities, we have traditional leaders, we have politicians, we have people from the Forestry Commission, the law enforcement agencies, the police, the SEPs are also there. Then timber industry, then friends from the NGOs and civil societies, and importantly the media.
Okay. So aside achieving conservation of the forestry, what other achievement are you looking at when it comes to the forum? What do you hope to achieve at the end? Do you want to take that?
Yes. So we are looking at forestry in general, forestry in the bigger picture. If I mentioned EU timber regulation, for instance, US amended what they call the US Lacey Act. Australia has something similar. Yes, we are looking at timber exports, for instance. If we are not able to put our house in order, at some point they will say enough is enough. We are not accepting this anymore. So again, even though we are talking forestry conservation, we are talking the economics as well, the jobs, the taxes. You know, now everybody is crying about foreign exchange, all of that. So this is why we need to get moving, you know, Lots of processes have been initiated by the Forestry Commission. Some of them are moving, some of them moving at a much slower pace. Yeah, so we feel this forum, for instance, will bring the issues up, as in flag some of the issues together. All of us can discuss solutions and then find the way forward on that.
Okay, my time is up. I just want to give you the opportunity in some few seconds. Friends of the Earth, what do you hope to achieve after the forum?
Yes, Friends of the Earth, as we have been doing in the past, we have realized that one of the basic tenets of good forest governance in Ghana is participation. So we want to, at the end of the forum, we want to consolidate the solid participation we want to see. I mean balanced participation of all stakeholders, be it community, government, civil society, private sector, in joining hands to ensure sustainable forest management in Ghana, where all views are reflected in policies and programs that government is enacting.
Okay, thank you very much, Eric Latte, Programs Coordinator, Forestry and Diversity, Friends of the Earth, Ghana, Doreen Asumani Yeboah, Coordinator, National Forestry Forum, and Glenn Asumini, Operations Director, Nature and Development Foundation. We've been talking about the National Forestry Forum, which is happening today at the Dodowa Forest Hotel. Time?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock prompt. So you can join them. We can talk about forestry, how we can conserve it. It's still the breakfast show. Don't go anywhere. Thank you.
Make you know the fear nobody. Make you know the man just pose watching. Live your life, the work will make you happy. I had to not say no power watching. This life be you alone. Make you to watch your steps on the road. Try to learn to be a player. And make sure the game not to play never. And don't let the paper make you deceive you. Make you to think say you be better than everybody. Hey, hey. God see because they bless me. Maybe in the only you're in the capa, and it was a run of I know I said give it to Baba. All the praise for Baba. Give it to Baba. I can't be your friend, you're just looking Baba. Give it to Baba. All the praise for Baba. Give it to Baba. A brand no be joke, life no be easy. It's a woman by our dream with season. Don't be greedy, slow the speeding. Hey, I'm gonna work all bread, now be doing. Cause your slow motion is better than no motion. Do something, take a notion, eh. Cause life be used to leave it, start believe slang. So do what you can do, choose the hard way and struggle. And if it be for you, true hard work and determination.